Brooklyn rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, or Snitch 9 as some have called him since the infamous 9 Trey trial where he took the stand and told on everyone, has been in a long-standing beef with Ohio rapper Trippie Redd. Speaking of which, Trippie was actually one of the people he mentioned when he took the stand, but their beef goes back a couple of years prior to that. Let's take it back to 2017 when the Trippie Redd hit single Pose 1469 featuring 6ix9ine was released. It was featured on his debut mixtape, A Love Letter to You, which was released in May 2017. This song is what put them both on the map essentially. It was produced by Pierre Bourne, who's also well known for producing the hit single Magnolia by Playboi Carti, which was also released in 2017. Tekashi is also featured on the Trippie Redd song Ooh Wee, along with You Know the Activist, which is also produced by Pierre and also was released in 2017. The beef between these two started not too long after the track was released, but it goes back to an incident with Tekashi that happened a couple of years prior. At a party in Harlem back in 2015, 6ix9ine and another male allegedly recorded a 13-year-old female at the party performing a sexual act on a male. 6ix9ine wound up getting probation and another guy wound up serving prison time for it. Now back to 2017. After the release of the songs with Trippie and 6ix9ine, someone shared a tweet claiming that 6ix9ine was a pedophile, most likely due to the prior charges. Trippie wound up going online and saying that he doesn't support pedophiles, which essentially started the beef between the two.
I'm sorry, bros. 1400 don't promote pedophiles. We don't fuck with weird niggas. Niggas is on some whole different shit now. I'm a timeless artist. I can't surround myself with goofies. But if we give niggas clout, you feel me? We give niggas clout. It was an accident. Technically not an accident. I made some good songs for bros. But that's not how we rockin'. That's not who. No, none of that. I'm high as fuck. I just wanted to speak on this shit.
In September 2017, Tekashi released the hit single Gummo, which was once again produced by Pierre Bourne. This is the song that got 6ix9ine to go viral, partly due to the music video, which was full of bloods and basically started his association with 9 Trey to the public. In further videos, he would continue to wear the red bandanas and claim Treyway. The beat for Gummo was initially for Trippie Redd, but he wound up giving it to Tekashi. Gummo is considered a diss track to a former collaborator of 6ix9ine, Sauce Moolah. In the original version of the song, he says his name in the chorus, but in the official version, it is cut out. The song is also considered to be a diss track to Trippie as well. The beef between the two escalated when in November 2017, Trippie Redd was jumped on behalf of 6ix9ine when he was at a hotel in New York. Trippie took to social media and proceeded to diss Tekashi for getting him jumped and declared that he was banned from LA.
6ix9ine is still a rapist. He's still a rapist ass nigga. On him, this nigga 6ix9ine done. He can't come to LA at all. Never again. 6ix9ine got in my 12 if he comes to, bro, if 6ix9ine comes to LA, it's over. And I'm in New York right now, bro. You feel me? So it's like, if y'all really think, bro, about that, bro, really go tell that nigga, like, pull up right now. Like, right now. Like, cause bro a bitch, bro. You wanna know what bro did? Bro had niggas waiting for me at my hotel. Some 9 Trey niggas. As soon as I walk in the building, hit right in my mouth, nigga.
Pretty weird considering neither of them are even from LA, but hey. The beef between the two continued on social media for a bit while they both continued putting out music and gaining popularity. 6ix9ine especially because of his trolling and beefs he got into with other rappers also. In February 2018, 6ix9ine was jumped at LAX. Ironically enough, this was a few months after Trippie made the comment online about him being banned from LA. Not saying Trippie had anything to do with it, of course. All the trolling had plenty of people angry at 6ix9ine. As usual around this time, members of 9 Trey were there to save him. A few months later in May, Tekashi began beefing with Chief Keef and fellow rapper and cousin Tato over Cuban Doll, who was Tato's girlfriend and a rapper herself. Allegedly, Cuban Doll, who was cool with 6ix9ine, had been a victim of domestic violence by Tato. In typical 6ix9ine fashion, he trolled both Chief and Tato online by doing things like taking Cuban Doll on vacation and spending time with the mother of one of Chief Keef's sons and posting it online. Their beef caused the two to do a song together with Trippie, who was still beefing with Tekashi at the time as well. That song was titled I kill people. The name comes from a conversation Tato and Tekashi had where Tato told him to lose her number and he kills people for real.
Ain't gonna kill shit, nigga. You
Nigga,
pussy,
you
nigga.
know.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, blood, listen to me. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
Shut the fuck
Nigga,
up,
you
pussy.
do not kill nobody, blood.
Whenever I hear the phrase I kill people, I think of a song of the same name by John LaJoe. I can't pronounce his freaking name, whatever. From his YouTube channel and second album of the same name. As far as this song goes, the beat is alright. Trippie Redd is on the chorus, and Tato and Chief Keef rap the first and second verse respectively. The track is full of the generic threats in typical drill rap fashion, nothing amazing lyrically. If nothing else, it's a good marketing strategy from the trio given their beef with Tekashi. In May that year, Tekashi went online and made accusations that Trippie Redd had sex with Brianne Bergoli, aka Bad Baby.
I didn't say this yet to nobody. I was gonna release it soon. But you know Trippie Redd fucked that little Danielle Bergoli bitch, right?
You know the chick that got famous for being on an episode of Dr. Phil's show with her mother back in 2016 and then became a rapper?
The hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Bad Baby denied the allegations, however, and stated that they only kissed and that Trippie was only 17 at the time. Trippie Redd also denied the allegations and restated the accusations of Tekashi being a rapist.
Factual time.
Alright. You was 18 and you touched on a 13-year-old's titty and you and your niggas gangbang, raw, doggy style, fuck that little bitch. You raped her. You a rapist, nigga. You're convicted of it. You have papers on it. Alright? Me, you talking about my situation, that's when I made a love letter to you one. I was under the age 18. I'm a young nigga. You are 23 now, bro. I am only 18. I just turned 18. I mean, I'll be 19 in June. June 18th, 1999. Okay? Me and Danielle was in the studio. She pulled up to the studio. She's always been a big fan of me. Saying we fucked, like, that's weird. I don't know where you got that from.
He also stated that it happened around the time of A Love Letter to You 1, which was released in 2017. Trippie turned 18 that year, so depending on what month it was, he was either 17 or 18. This was allegedly told to Tekashi by XXXtentacion, who was formerly friends with Trippie. Trippie was even featured on X's song F Love from his debut album 17, released in 2017. Also in 2017, a preview of Drake's hit single God's Plan was posted online and Trippie Redd was featured on it. On the official version, however, Trippie wasn't featured. X had a beef with Drake around this time due to his claim that Drake copied his flow for one of his songs and became friends with Tekashi, apparently in an attempt to get back at his former friend Trippie for working with Drake. The X song in question was his debut hit single, Look at Me. The track Drake allegedly jacked his flow from is KMT, or Kiss My Teeth, from More Life, released in March 2017. Apparently during this time, X spoke to Bad Baby and she told him about what she did with Trippie, which in turn X told Tekashi. Unfortunately, on June 18th that year, X was shot and killed while leaving a motorcycle shop. That date also happens to be Trippie Redd's birthday, which Trippie spoke on in an interview later on getting the news that his friend X died on his birthday.
I got locked up, and then like the day I got out, like that shit happened. Like literally, I'm driving to fucking my lawyer office, and like, I just don't feel the vibe or the energy. Like it's like I'm getting out of jail, and it's like, damn, like, I can just feel something is wrong. And like everybody knew it, like they knew I felt that way because it was like, you know, somebody that just got out of jail would be happy. I wasn't really happy at all. I was just feeling weird. And we got to the building and shit, my lawyer's son came up, was talking about, fucking shit.
Where, is it still like a, kind of like an open wound for you? Yeah, I feel that. Have you been able to process it, or does it still like not feel real to you?
In July 2018, No Jumper released an interview with Bad Baby where she spoke on her issues with Trippie Redd, like how X told Tekashi about the alleged relationship between Trippie and her.
Me and X, we fought about, of course we fought about this. X told 6ix9ine that shit. X got mad, got in his fucking feelings, and told 6ix9ine that. X was an emotional person.
But X told 6ix9ine that you and Trippie had previously had something going on?
Yes.
And was that a lie?
Of course it's a fucking lie.
Okay.
Fuck, what?
I'm a journalist.
Listen.
Had to ask.
As well as saying she has an issue with Trippie, partly because he put Quavo on a song, despite knowing that X had issues with the Migos. That song being Ghostbusters, which features X, Ski Mask the Slump God, and Quavo.
Do you know the story about the song that you're talking about? Because the song came out and it had Trippie, Quavo, Ski Mask, and X, which a lot of people were amazed by because...
But someone told me that the song came out first with Ski,
It did.
X, and Trippie.
And then it came out right after that with the Quavo verse. Or I'm not sure the exact order, but they came out like the same night. Yeah, like a couple days after he died.
You know damn fucking well.
Can you keep that door closed?
That X would have said fuck no.
A few years later, on Trippie's fourth album, A Trip at Night, the song Danny Phantom was released, which is a version of the Ghostbusters track, but without Quavo and Ski Mask on it, and using a different beat. Then on November 3rd, 2018, Tekashi posted a video on Instagram of him in bed with Trippie Redd's ex-girlfriend, Alex. Yes, this is what rap beef has devolved into. Minimal diss tracks and more focused on social media antics and trolling. So when people ask why I mainly cover topics from earlier years in hip-hop, the answer should be obvious, but it's because I love rap. Situations like this did occur in other rap beefs though. For example, Jay-Z versus Nas, where Jay got the mother of Nas's daughter pregnant at one point during their beef, but at least they rapped about it. I've covered that beef on the channel before, so make sure you check that video out if you haven't yet after this. Back to Tekashi and Trippie though. On November 18th, Tekashi was arrested along with several members of 9 Trey like Shotty, Crippy, and Mel Murda, aka Mel Matrix, who was also a rapper that was down with Jim Jones' Bird Gang. They were facing a RICO charge, among other things. While Tekashi was locked up, Trippie continued putting out music and their beef continued. The beef between these two came with some pretty terrible stuff being said on social media between the two. One of the most flagrant examples from Tekashi was when he went on IG Live with Trippie Redd, and this happened.
You mean what I'm talking about?
What dead homies you talking about?
Nigga, fuck all your dead homies, nigga. I don't give a fuck who I'm talking about. Fuck all them niggas, nigga. Fuck
Who you talking about?
Fuck you
Who you
and your
talking
dead
about?
homies, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I'm
You
gangster
mad?
like that. I'm gangster like that, nigga.
Oh, you gangster. Like
You
that.
know I'm gangster like that.
Where you at?
Nigga, I'm in Brooklyn, nigga. What the fuck you mean where I'm at? Nigga, I'm in Brooklyn, nigga. You know where I'm
Alright,
at.
say less. Stay in Brooklyn.
I'ma stay in Brooklyn, nigga. Fuck
Alright,
you and
bet.
your
Say
dad.
less. We on the way.
Yo, Trippie, listen.
We on the
Michael
way.
White. Fuck Michael. Fuck you and your dad homies, nigga.
Trippie Redd, in another instance, had posted a video with him outside by a vehicle with Gummo playing, and he disses Tekashi's mother and daughter in return for Tekashi dissing his dead homies and brother. Plenty of other videos were posted online, like Tekashi in the bathroom sitting on the toilet and using his plaque from the Trippie Redd song Pulse 1469 as a bathroom mat. Really ridiculous stuff like that going back and forth, basically. In January 2019, Tekashi changed to pleading guilty, and people had a ball on social media with it. Besides the 9 Trey members, Tekashi also spoke on rappers like Jim Jones, Cardi B, and Trippie Redd as having affiliations to blood sets. Jim Jones made sense somewhat given his connection to some members, and Cardi B is a stretch, however at least she's from New York. But mentioning Trippie Redd in court came across as Tekashi just trying to get Trippie tripped up in the legal action, pun intended. Several rappers came out voicing their disagreement with him cooperating with the feds. One such rapper was Trippie Redd himself. In the video for his song Under Enemy Arms from his second album titled Exclamation Mark, you can see a rodent with rainbow colored fur at the end of the video. Pretty clearly a shot at Tekashi as, what's another word for a snitch? Rat. Speaking of snitching, it seems like whatever relationship Bad Baby and Trippie had beforehand turned bad as she came out in February 2019 and exposed text messages between her and Trippie Redd, which saw him inviting her to his place. Some of the text messages in the screenshot are blurred out, so we don't know what her response was, but you can clearly see the text saying come over and then one saying to come alone. Is Trippie Redd a hypocrite? Why did Bad Baby flip sides like that from defending Trippie to trying to expose him? Does anyone really care? If you're still watching this video, I assume you do. Fast forward some months later to September 2019 and the 9 Trey trial starts. According to the testimony by Tekashi, the beef with Trippie started over jealousy. It makes sense in a way. They were signed to the same label, that being 10K Projects, and Trippie was the bigger artist at the time. He stated that Trippie was signed to the label first and also explained how the altercation at the hotel in New York back in 2017 occurred. According to Tekashi, Trippie's manager gave him the location of the video shoot for Trippie, allegedly so they could talk and squash the beef. But instead, Treyway members followed Trippie from his video shoot and ambushed him at the hotel. Also, according to Tekashi, Shotty told him that Harv is the one that punched Trippie in the face. During this trial, 9 Trey member Harv stated that Tekashi's beef with Trippie was staged in order to boost their publicity, and he also stated that the kidnapping of Tekashi was staged. The former makes sense, especially considering the fact that the two are on the same record label, and also aligns with what Tekashi said about Trippie's manager giving him his location. But hey, who knows, right? Maybe it was just a legal defense. Tekashi wanted to be let out immediately after all that help he gave, which secured convictions for the rest of the group, but the judge gave him 2 years, which he had already served 13 months of by the time of sentencing. During this time, Trippie was releasing music and doing interviews to promote it. One such interview being with Complex, in which he was asked about the Enemy Under Arms scene that had a rat that appeared to be a reference to Tekashi, as well as his thoughts on Tekashi agreeing to cooperate against 9 Trey, to which he responded essentially mocking Tekashi.
For those who watched the video, if they stuck around to the end, there's a white rat that runs with some rainbow hair or something like that. Are you surprised at all that 6ix9ine is ratting, that he's telling?
Oh, hey, I don't talk about, we don't talk about, writers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know no writers. What's this, a magazine?
Writers? Why do you say writers?
I don't know. I don't write my music. I ain't never wrote nothing. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this then. Why did you include it in the video? It seems like you kind of won the battle at this point. Why even include it?
I don't know why it was there. It was just a rap.
It was just like a coincidence?
Hell yeah.
That shit just happened to run by?
Bro, that shit was crazy. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, we're like, who this nigga is?
Damn.
Then in April 2020, Tekashi was let out early from prison and sentenced to house arrest. In June that year, Alex took to Instagram and refuted the claims that Tekashi made about him having sex with her, which led to a back and forth between the two. That same month, the song Trolls by Tekashi was released, which features Nicki Minaj. The song became his first #1 on Billboard. In typical Tekashi fashion, he then trolled other rappers for not reaching #1. He mentions rappers like Meek Mill, Future, Lil Durk, and more, including of course Trippie Redd. A few months later in September, Tekashi's second album, Tattletales, was released. Yeah, the name is ridiculous and is almost certainly a reference to him snitching. The album features the Trolls song. However, that wasn't enough apparently to get the album to sell well, as it sold far less than the projected sales and didn't sell nearly as well as his debut album either. Also around this time, Tekashi made an appearance on the podcast Impulsive and was asked about his beef with rappers like Blueface and Trippie Redd. Tekashi stated that he and Trippie are signed to the same label and that the label basically put Trippie on the back burner because he was getting a bigger buzz than Trippie, and that led to jealousy and their beef.
Trippie's album we're signed to the same label. They're holding off his album because he doesn't have a single and he sucks, like literally sucks. Like this kid sucks. I don't have nothing to say to Trippie Redd, who we're signed to the same label, and I know the label head is telling him you can't put because you're not hot. You know what I'm saying?
In November that year, Tekashi got trolled back by rappers like Lil Durk, who compared the first week sales of Tattletales to the sales of Trippie Redd's album Pegasus, which released on October 30th. DJ Academics made a post with Trippie's projected sales, and Lil Durk commented on the post stating, "Lil bro doing 70, white rats doing 25 to 30. The social media beef continued on, and in April 2022, Trippie took to the internet to call out C-list rappers, stating that they could put together their 30K sales and add up to $1 million. Some saw this as a shot at Tekashi among several other rappers who around that time had low album sales as well.
Y'all the C-list rappers, nigga, we about to create Avengers of trash niggas, nigga, we gonna sell what? If we all put our 30,000 first week together, nigga, we gonna make $1 million.
In August 2023, after the release of A Love Letter to You 5, the Trippie Redd video became popular again, apparently due to the low sales that he himself had. I suppose there is a bit of irony there. Trippie then cleared up the matter about who he was addressing in that video by stating that he was directing it at Tekashi. However, some felt that he was directing it at rappers like Coi Leray or Fabio Foreign, who at the time had both released albums that sold less than 30K. Either way, the beef between the two remains unresolved still, but they continue to release music, and Tekashi especially has remained talked about in some way for better or for worse. So as you can see, this is another one of those beefs with very minimal actual diss tracks, which just seems to be how things go nowadays, unfortunately. Like I said prior, Trippie and Tekashi were both signed to the same record label, that being 10K Projects, the record label of Elliot Grange, the son of Lucian Grange, the chairman of Universal Music Group. So yeah, some people say it's all a publicity stunt, and some say that it's legit beef. Not really my thing personally, but they are rappers, and I know they have a fan base and all of that. I think some of the things said between the two were simply ridiculous. Some people have requested more recent topics for me to cover though, however, so here you go. I think this is one of those beefs that was unnecessary. But hey, as always, thanks for watching, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, consider becoming a Patreon or channel member, and also let me know your thoughts on the beef in the comment section below.